Ditch.
They tried to pull it out of the ditch, but they couldn't move it.
Stigmatize.
He has been stigmatized as a coward and liar.
Belated.
Would you accept a belated apology? I'm sorry.
Incipient.
Certain serious diseases can be successfully treated if detected in an incipient stage.
Thoughtless.
Quite amazing how many thoughtless words one can speak.
Morally.
Are we morally intelligent? Can we tell good from evil?
Ordeal.
The ordeal of the Jewish people begins.
Expanse.
This vast expanse of ice is now gone.
Rigidity.
At a recent British-Turkish conference, the rigidity of Britain's visa policy provoked many complaints.
Torso.
Scars that run from the middle of my chest all the way out to my outer torso.
Barbaric.
This is a barbaric use of a barbaric weapon against innocent people.
Antedate.
The economic troubles antedate the current administration.
Canine.
No, boss. I love all canine beings, especially the dogs that you love.
Modicum.
You enjoyed a modicum of success today, Watson.
Drape.
Her name is Bo. And wearing white bandanas and hoop earrings, draped over caramel-colored hair.
Lavishly.
Before she grew old, Aunt Harriet used to entertain lavishly.
Prevarication.
In recent years, he has found himself drawn to mendacity, prevarication, fabrication, lying.
Unpromising.
And then in East Africa, an unpromising species of ape evolved the odd trick of sentient thought.
Cleat. Your sandals? They're in the back of the closet next to your cleats. Revert.
And now you feel that he's reverting back to his past behaviors. Grandiose.
Parents who put their child on a pedestal can foster grandiose narcissism.
Panorama.
From up here, you also get a wonderful panorama of the city.
Fresco.
These frescoes were painted in the 1430s.
Skeptic.
When something beyond reason happens, it turns skeptics into believers.
Sticky.
The cheese is kind of sticky. Microwave.
I cooked with a microwave.
Inoculation.
Has the puppy had all its inoculations yet?
Acetic.
Acetic acid stops body fat from building up.
Indemnity.
I want indemnity from prosecution.
Diffraction.
Due to a phenomenon called diffraction, there are fundamental limits to the smallest objects that we can possibly see.
Underpopulated.
Dishearten.
I had been disheartened by the failure of my drawing number 1 and my drawing number 2.
Scruple.
You always let your scruples get in the way of progress.
Obliterate.
So all you have to do is press that button, and the entire platform's obliterated.
Smut.
Your son has been calling smut numbers.
Shift.
Harry shifted uncomfortably in his chair.
Summit.
Everest summit is 29,029 feet high.
Unutterable.
He leaned back and closed his eyes, unutterably weary.
Debonair.
You may remember him as debonair and splendid, Dr. Watson.
Inane.
It's always the same inane questions. Who are you?
Quibble.
How about we not quibble over details and you make a wish?
Travesty.
You know what the real travesty is?
Conifer.
Creatures are scarce because few can eat conifer needles.
Revolution.
He fought in the American Revolution.
Twirl.
Right, said Ron, who was twirling his wand nervously in his fingers.
Potential.
Looks like Anna has a potential new customer.
Affluent.
Over 70% come from affluent families.
Nitrogen.
Earth's atmosphere is 80% nitrogen. We don't even breathe nitrogen.
Intelligentsia.
The really important fact about the English intelligentsia, he once wrote, is their severance from the common culture of the country.
Blame.
No one blamed me for the accident.
Extort.
They were extorting him. They wanted $50,000 to keep quiet.
Jailer.
They were thrown into prison and the jailer was commanded to guard them carefully.
Kerosene.
Pouring kerosene on the fire and trying to put it out.
Cream.
Was it a chocolate cake with a cream top?
Repetitive.
Luckily for us, robots are experts at repetitive tasks.
Confront.
Strong people confront their fears and emotions.
Tenacity.
In the face of constant defeat, just kind of stubbornness and tenacity.
Demographic.
The world is changing due to the demographic change all over the world.
Recompose.
Credo.
That's my credo. No regrets.
Obsession.
What is your obsession with this money?
Sweetener.
The cherry jam is the only real sweetener in this filling.
Prosecutor.
It is the duty of a prosecutor to be fair.
Covey.
He loved watching dogs flush a covey.
Dismember.
I believe the killer did want to dismember Lauren to dispose of her body.
Donate.
I would like to donate $200.
Deferential.
A doctor like her father, she is strong-willed but deferential.
Wistful.
Don't be wistful, Lisbeth. Greg was never the right man for you.
Pact.
They made a pact to help each other finish degrees.
Undreamed.
She is now enjoying undreamed of success.
Scapegoat.
The NSA turned its back on it. They made him the scapegoat.
Thereof.
The earth is yours, and the fullness thereof.
Recast.
We must recast our understanding of what leadership is about.
Preeminent.
BlackBerry was the preeminent smartphone.
Trait.
And you're modest. That is a really good trait.
Vaccinate.
We forgot to get you vaccinated until you were 6.
Botany.
Botany, my dear, is the knowledge of plants.
Pecuniary.
Little niggard, said he, refusing me a pecuniary request. Give me £5, Jane.
Chubby.
He was so innocent and chubby.
Tenement.
You have to live in your own tenement for a month, starting in December.
Unsubstantiated.
Mr. Willis's testimony is not only vague, it is unsubstantiated.
Instrumental.
I've been instrumental in solving numerous cases.
Retailer.
For retailers, it's also a potential sales opportunity.
Relevance.
I have to come up with a report that has some relevance to my own family history.
Perspective.
We're just looking at things from a new perspective.
Voluptuous.
Nowadays, an actress with voluptuous beauty seems to be more popular than the one with intelligent looks.
Imperative.
So it's imperative that we solve this pretty demanding problem.
Dissertation.
I could write my entire dissertation on your view.
Faulty.
They sold a faulty product.
Surveillance.
I already told you I'm under surveillance by the police.
Rejoice.
Your people will rejoice to see you return home.
Unprecedented.
Well, Neil Armstrong walking on the moon was unprecedented in 1969.
Bind.
The rope used to bind the victim's hands and feet, it's intact.
Plummet.
Temperatures will plummet to almost minus 40 degrees Celsius.
Clasp.
They clasp hands and start to spin around.
Jealousy.
Come on, jealousy is a useless emotion.
Repress.
Repressing your feelings is not healthy.
Bibliographer.
Insincere.
But however insincere you may choose to be, you shall not find me so.
Biomass.
Ants as a group are thought to make up 15% of all land animal biomass.